Hola amigos, ¿cómo están? Estamos muy contentos de tener con nosotros a un invitado que siempre viene a nuestra academia de canto a trabajar con los alumnos y con los maestros para un mejor manejo de emoción, de energía, de espiritualidad y de confianza. Estamos aquí con Don Timothy Chambers. Es un maestro que trabaja en espíritu, en energía, en trabajo energía psíquica también, y que en lo personal, como cantante en la carrera, uno necesita mucho ayuda. Pero esta pequeña entrevista la vamos a hacer en inglés para que vaya fluyendo de mejor y más rápida manera. Hello, Mr. Chambers, how are you?
Very well, thank you.
Thank you for being here in Chile.
I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, so I was telling our dear public that for the artist, we need all kind of helps to perform. We are full of fear, we have psychological problems, emotional problems, how to manage these emotions when you have to perform. What would you say? How will you help? What will be your techniques, your advices for a performance that is full of fear?
Well, I remember one of the early classes that I presented at the Academy.
Yes.
Had to do with that, with confianza, feeling confident on stage.
Yes.
And, you know, there are certain techniques which I think probably your teachers teach, you know, look over the heads of the audience. And,
Yes.
you know, see them all naked or something, you know, so they look more vulnerable than you or whatever. But the real work comes with the breathing, which is another thing that you teach at your academy, you emphasize. And the diaphragm breathing, so that your entire lungs are full of air. And from an energy point of view or an emotional point of view, when you engage this type of breathing, you allow yourself to connect with your subconscious emotions, some of the parts of ourselves that we're not so aware of all the time.
Yes.
And so the breathing allows that energy, that emotional energy, to move. And so when it's moving, it's not stuck. And so when it's not stuck and it's moving, you can feel it.
Yeah.
And that's what makes an artist a great performer, when they're actually able to feel not only their character's emotions, but in their real life, able to feel their emotions as well.
So Timothy also, he lives in New York, and he is still working with many artists of opera, musical theater, conductors, singers, actors, dancers. So he has a lot of experience and wisdom to teach us how to manage these things. How would you compare your work in New York with this artist, with the people in the academy?
I just take each person as they come.
Okay.
You know?
We all are the same at the end.
At the end of it.
Yeah? Yes.
My work is very varied, so I'm able to, if someone comes with back pain, I can do acupuncture and just treat their back pain, you know.
Yes.
Or if someone has something that's more complicated, like a personal issue, then I can talk with them and connect with their energy and also talk with them, counsel them,
Yes.
to help to move through it. So it's, I would have to say that in terms of artists, you know, artists are pretty much the same everywhere.
Yeah. So, you see, the artists and human beings are the same everywhere. Doesn't matter if we're in New York, in Chile, in Japan, in South Africa, doesn't matter. We all have stress. We all have emotions to manage, and how to be able to take those emotions and perform with it, instead of like leaving them over there. But I think the experience, I think, is more full if you take that fear, emotion, sentiment, and use it as a truth, as a message that is going to be real, because you have people to touch.
I think there's an analogy to real life in what you just said, because a lot of clients who, maybe artists or not, will come and they suffer from anxiety.
Yes.
And anxiety is just, usually it has to do with fear, and there's a repression, right? A suppression. You're trying to contain it and hold it and control it. And what I do is help the person to kind of pull the anxiety out and then allow that extra energy to be kind of, siphoned off or grounded into the earth, if you will. And then what's left is very powerful and usable yes. energy. You can take anxiety and flip it around and use it as very powerful energy.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Chambers,
My pleasure.
to take time right before going back to New York. And we value your presence here and to share a little bit with our friends what we do in the Academy. Muchas gracias, que estén súper bien y que tomen también esta conversación como parte de consejo para un performance o para la vida. Muchas gracias.